Shalom. All praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash, honors elders, apostles, men, truth run down, truth and knowledge for allow us to know His truth and knowledge. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahshua put in the spirit, elders, apostles, men, and truth run down, like-minded ones, so we can learn this truth and knowledge, have the opportunity to learn this truth and knowledge. And call holy Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash, give all praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Related to news, this is a report here. 3 U.S. troops deleted, 25 injured in the Iranian attack. First American casualty since Gaza war began. This is Hindustan Times, a Hindu report. So relating to what's going over Gaza, you have, let me see. More stuff. Let me say, breaking. Biden says we will respond to Iranian-backed drone strike that hit 3 troops in Jordan, which was the report I just read. Breaking House, GOP reveals articles of impeachment against the Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas. And you have Donald Trump urges Republicans to drop Biden-backed border deal. You have an issue with the Biden border deal, the intensification relating to these, what's going on in Texas, for example. I believe I've seen a report relating to convoy on trains, had Army vehicles on there going to, and that now is another report says 700 convoy trucks possible to the border Texas situation. So this could be a major situation regarding that, a national-wide situation perhaps. We'll have to see how that continues with that, relating to that. Let me see. UN urges reversal of UNRWA funding pause. And you have Psaki reveals how Trump can't call EJ Jean Carroll verdict. That was related to a settlement that he has to pay her $83 something million or something, I believe. This relates to curfew parking bans. This is in Massachusetts. It's various news reports across the country. Woman struck overnight on gondola at Lake Tahoe ski resort. South Carolina churches react to President Joe Biden's visit church during Sunday church service. He's got to try to get supporters relating to a certain category groups of people, because he's kind of losing the support relating to the Democratic. So he needs that support. Flooding, rain, and heavy snow set a blanket large swaths of U.S. Across the country. Got up and down weather, warm and cold again, cold and warm again, flooding, rain, snow, mixture of different things. Arab League holds an emergency meeting over Cairo to discuss Israel-Hamas war, new hostage deal, truce imminent. Haley targets Trump's age ahead of the South Carolina primary. Pretty much his age making a big difference. Let me see what we got. see any things relating to the border issue. Let me see. Texas seized part of the U.S.-Mexican border and blocked federal patrol agents. Various reports. Texas doubled down on unprecedented border dispute with federal government. Will Supreme Court let Texas Governor Greg Abbott seize control of the border? Five states agree with support and relating to Greg Abbott. Fight over border intensifies. Governor pledges more razor wires. The reports earlier, a couple days ago. U.S. Court says Texas can't block federal agents from border, man. So we got. Republicans back Greg Abbott relating to the standoff against the Biden administration regarding the border issue. Texas border standoff. Putin allies predicts destructive civil confrontation. So you're gonna. Could be perhaps relating to secession, related to civil war, where the North and the South type thing. Could be that kind of vibe, you know. Dividing of states and stuff, different things relating to certain matters. Get a few scriptures real quick. Isaiah 19. And 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, citizen versus citizen, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. You're seeing the division. You're seeing that division between Scripture talks about there should be earthquakes, and let me get it, civil unrest, earthquakes and civil unrest of the world. Let me get that real quick. 2 Ezra 9. Therefore, there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Uproars goes to the disturbances, commotions, unrest, civil unrest. So you're seeing that, man. You're seeing the build up of that, man. You know what I mean? Think not that I come to send peace, but rather division, as Scripture says, man. 12 and 51 of Luke, man. The Egyptian versus the Egyptian, you know, people against people. That's part of that divide. That's part of that civil unrest, man. You know, I mean, this border issue could breed a catalyst for that, man. We'll go to Matthew's 12 and on 25 and 26. Let me say 15. Let's go to 2 Ezra 15 real fast. There we go, 14. Woe into the world and them that dwell therein. It's a warning for the world, man. You know what I mean? The sword in their destruction draw off nigh. One people shall stand and fight against another people. against another, and swords in their hands, man. So people versus people using weapons, man, in their hands, man. A sword is the modern day gun or any type of weapon they can use offensively, defensively, you know, against another sect or a faction, a group of people versus another faction or sect or groups of people, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard the kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's part of that civil unrest, man, whether social, economical, financial, personal, political issues, different things, social issues. So you see, sedition goes to insurrection, violent uprising, civil unrest, man. A man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. That's martial law. You're not going to be able to go to A, B, and C, man, because it's going to be lockdowns, curfews, you know, lockdowns, restrictions, man. You know what I mean? Because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble. Isaiah 12:24, relating to desolation and ruin, relating to the city, man. The houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid, man. So the stating condition of the city, man. Because of pride, for many great misery shall happen in the latter times, because they walk greatly in pride. 2 Ezra 8:50, because of the pride, you're going to see the troubles, man. Troubles goes to evils and bad times, knowing this, that in the last days perilous times shall come. 2 Timothy 3:1, man. Part of evils are bad, pearls are part of evil and troubles, man. And this relates to the state and condition because of the city in that time, man. Troubles, the houses shall be destroyed, looting, invasion, siege, occupying, invasion, whether private or public entities. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen, you know. Scripture talks about a nation of a fierce countenance, which is appearance. They should not regard young or old, man. You know, so they're not going to regard young or old, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So there's going to be a certain vibration relating to the division, relating to that strife and contention among neighbors, among your own family. Go to Matthew 10:34-36. That variance, that's part of that division. That's part of that division, and you know, I mean, even among your own household, a man's foes will be of his own household, as Scripture says, man. So that division is being set forth. Is going to be set forth from a personal, individual, collective aspect, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, man. So spoil their goods, take their goods, take what's available. Goods goes to victuals, man, supplies, man. And anything that they can use, man. You know, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of a lack of what? Bread, food. It's going to be famine. Lack that goes to the victuals and supplies is part of the bread, which is the food, and for great tribulation. You know what I mean? Tribulation is related to Jacob's trouble. A time, loss, never time since Jacob's trouble. And ye shall be saved of it. Jeremiah 30:7, man. So it's going to be a time that no one has never experienced, at least in this lifetime, man. You know what I mean? So, because the border issues are a major issue, man. Government still has to do certain things relating to on a more permanent basis. They got a temporary stop till March 8th to fund different things to March 1st to March 8th. No. So to find a more permanent resolution, a more permanent solution. So in this border situation is very politicized, very political, relating to both sides, man. One side might have a plan relating to comprehensive immigration reform, but the other side is not with it, man. And really, like I said before in the video, they're not trying to really solve the issue, man. You know what I mean? Relating to for comprehensive immigration immigration reform related to the border issue and different things, man. They're not trying to solve that, man. The report Trump says have them reject relating to that. So it's divide, it's division. Let's go to Matthew 12 real quick. Matthew 12 and 25. Yahushua knew their thoughts, which goes to their mind, imagination and thoughts, which goes in the mind. And he said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So every kingdom is divided, is going to become desolated and ruined, man. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. It's going to fall, man. 26. If Satan cast out Satan, the powers that be, if they're divided against one another, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? It is not going to stand, man. If they're divided, eventually it's going to fall. You know what I mean? It's going to fracture, it's going to crack, and it's going to fall, man. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the pre-collapse, the catalysm of the pre-collapse relating to the system, man. I see a report relating to could the market crash in 2024? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of certainty and uncertainty relating to 2024. You know what I mean? Let's go to Mark and Luke. I'll read it from both. Luke 11, I think. I'll go to Mark too. Let me see. But he, knowing their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth, which means, yeah, it's going to fall. 18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because he said that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. So his kingdom is ultimately the division within the rank structure of his kingdom, where the two powers or whatever the collective powers don't get along. It's going to eventually fall, man. You know what I mean? Go to Mark. .24, start there. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So if the kingdom's divided, it's not going to stand. It's not going to last very long as far as structurally and foundational aspect. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Whether it's the kingdom or house, which relates to the power and rulership, respectively. If it's divided, eventually it's going to fall, man. 26. And if Satan rise against himself, which means Satan against Satan, and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. His end is going to, his kingdom is going to fall, man. That'll be the end, man. And no man can enter a strong man's house and shall spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man. The one that straw man represents symbolically the ones in position of power, man. You coming into their rulership to take over, to take over their rulership. You got to bind that strong man, or take that strong man out, man. You got to put him out of commission, man. You got you have to demobilize him. You have to neutralize him, shalak. You have to neutralize him, and take him out, man, where he's not a threat, man. So no man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods except he what? First bind that strong man. Look up that word bind. If you got to bind, and you got to get control the one in a position of power, man. Meaning, bind. Tie or fasten tightly. Let me see. Constraint, tie up, hold together. Rope, strap, secure. So you got to, that bind goes to secure, tie up. So that would be a good word, secure. You got to secure that strong man. Secure him where he's no longer a threat, man. To otherwise take over, man. In this case, siege and occupy, man. All right, let's go back to that scripture again. (3:27). No man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods, victuals, supplies, everything he has in his possession, except he first bind, secure, tie, neutralize, relating to the strong man. Then he will spoil it. And then he will spoil his house, man. So he'll spoil a house, and ultimately, the Lord's going to come into the house of the thief, man. Even one who Scripture talks about, who falsely accused, man. So he's going to come into the house of the thief, man. He's going to come into the ones in a position of power. Go to Zechariah 5th chapter, talking about that, man. That's what that goes to. Let's see. Make sure. You make sure the right scripture. Yeah, Zechariah 5th chapter. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, and as on this side according to everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on the side according to it. And I will bring forth, saith the Lord of hosts, which is an army, and shall enter in the house of the thief. So he's enter that house of the thief to secure him, tie him down, neutralize him, bind him, man, put him out of commission even. Into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. So he's going to remain in the midst of that power, that house, man, to do what was necessary, man, to take over, man, and most of all, take him out of power, man, and shall consume it with the timbers thereof and the stones thereof. I just got that scripture, illustrating, relating to coming to the house of the thief, man. So that's what that goes to, man, So the Lord is coming to the house of the thief, man. He's coming to bind him, to tie him, neutralize him, take him out, man. That's the ones in a position of power, man. That's why I got those scriptures. So this was something short relating to that, because the border issues are a major issue. It could be a very, very, very national-wide issue, man. So only time will tell. We'll see what happens. Like I said, the video is talking about there was a train convoy with military trucks and different things, tanks. On a video, and then you're talking about a convoy being sent possibly, and National Guard being sent possibly as an option. To get control of the border. So you got the divide between these factions, man, or sectors, man, relating to the Biden administration and Governor Abbott, man. So that being said, this was something short. I want to give all praise Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Makakadash. Obel Zaya Washawa.